welcome or welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday. I'm so happy to see you guys all here. The lighting, I can't do much with it. I tried to fix it. It is a very bright day outside, and my desk is between my kitchen and my living room, and my window's right there, and it's quite the big window, so there's a lot of light coming in, and I just can't do anything about it. So I'm really sorry. I don't know how this is gonna look later on, so that kind of gets me worried for future videos, especially when it's gonna be a lot brighter than what it is today. So I'm gonna have to find a way to remedy that. But without further ado, session 963, let's go straight into it. So I went to Amber Canyon this week just because there just tends to be more Pokemon that I want to search for. Ooh, Murkrow. Interesting. So yeah, that is why I'm here. And yeah, there's like not much Pokemon to see. My hair is looking like pretty good, I must say. I think I've gotten out of that weird stage where it's not short, but it's not mid-length. I think this is considered long now if you go to the hairdressers. Do you guys remember last year when I cut my hair in Singapore and I was like, I don't know if I freaking like it. But I also have the shortest layer is usually like this much below my chin, or that's how I do it, but then I remember that I actually don't like it that way, and I prefer it when it's at this length. Like this is the good length for me. Okay, so bonus biscuit is gonna go to, you know what, because Murkrow is hungry, I'm gonna give it to Murkrow. Oh, and it's a big hit, so that's good. I can't help but look at myself in the little viewfinder, and I'm like, I hate the lighting. I think I might have to, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so I only have one Mew photo. I'm gonna use that one. I hope you guys have been doing well. I have been doing really good. I had a great day yesterday actually because I had a dance class. So, let's take a look at our Murkrow first. Oh my god, we're kind of like matchy because I'm all black. They're more of like there's a tint of blue on Murkrow. I have a shiny one, by the way. Oh my gosh, I thought this was all coffee because the beans kind of look like coffee. But, ooh, okay, so this is a skill Pokemon. There's ingredient finding, but other than that, skill trigger is nice, but its main skill chance down, so that cancels each other out. And at that point, I personally wouldn't use it. I probably went by too quick. I should have maybe took more time to go over that and explain, since I know that you guys tend to, or new people tend to find my videos because they're new into the game and they're looking for beginner guides that are not too sweaty, but just a good step before you get into like the sweatier guides out there, you know? Which those guides are great. I like to refer to them as well. But when I was on my YouTube journey, I was like, there's a missing market for the people that kind of need a little bit more visuals, you know? Like, explain it to me like I'm a kindergartner. Okay, let's make our meal. I have my Magnezone now, as you can see, because I am trying to make a lot of hidden perk up stews. And speaking of stews, so you guys know I was on a minestrone kick for 2 weeks. Or not 2 weeks, 2 months. I kind of outgrew that, partially because the weather has gotten warmer, so I'm not really in a soup phase. So my meals have been pretty boring. I think my most fancy meal is breakfast lunch, where I have a sourdough toast, 2 medium boiled eggs, and then I do this Greek yogurt / chia seed bowl where I drizzle honey. I put hemp seeds for extra protein. I use my favorite granola that has like, they're not raisins, they start with a C, they're kind of like raisins, so they add a nice chew. Sometimes if I want more of a nice chew, sticky chew, I add dates and I rip them up. And I also add microwaved berries. So I like to have frozen berries in the fridge just because they're easier to go through, and grocery store fresh berries, they, like, if you're not eating them quick enough, they're gonna go bad unless you freeze them, but might as well just buy them frozen, right? And they're just as nutritious, so that's great. So I microwaved my berry mix, so they're usually like blueberries, pineapples, strawberries, cherries, and peaches in a bundle, and then I pour that on top. So then it's hot, right? But then by the time I'm done my toast and my eggs, I go on to my yogurt chia seed bowl, and it's like perfectly cooled down. It's just a cute breakfast. I'll show you a picture right here. And I have a really pretty bowl that I like to put it in, and it just makes my day a little bit more like fun. But then my other meals for the day, pretty boring. So I typically eat 2 meals a day because I'm normally not hungry for breakfast, but I kind of have a breakfast-ish meal in the midday. My dinners recently have just consisted of ground beef and sweet potato. I'm gonna sound like a gym bro. But just ground beef, sweet potato. I drizzle honey, and then I put like a buttload of sriracha because I love sriracha. And I don't know what it is. It's just, it hits the spot. It's so fulfilling to eat. It tastes good, at least for me. Like, I really like ground beef in general. Like, my mom has made a lot of ground beef dishes growing up, so I think I'm just used to it. I have a friend who does not like to eat like straight up ground beef unless it's in a dish itself. But yeah, just that sweet potato, and I love it because I take it, it's so quick to prep, you know what I mean? Especially the ground beef. Put it in a pot, let it brown a bit, and you don't even gotta baby the pot that much, and then it's done, and you got like a good batch. Sweet potato, same thing. Cut it up. I heat my stove for 325 Fahrenheit, and I put it in for an hour face down, and it's like perfect. But I don't know, I feel like soon I'm gonna need variety. You know what though? Okay, before I get into the research community tab, you know what? I admire people who make a different dinner every day, because that cannot be me. That's so much work. I wish I loved cooking enough to do it. I feel like I like to do that when I'm doing it for someone, but when it comes for meals for myself, I'm too lazy. I wanna the path of least resistance, the least dishes as possible. I just want my meals ready. And I gotta say, meal prepping, it really makes your life so much more easier. Cause old me, I would make my meals the day of, but then I started meal prepping, and I'm like, this is great. Sometimes when you're freaking tired at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is cook. And then you can remember you got some meals in the fridge, and you're like, present me, thanks, past me. Anyways, let's go right into the research community tab. This is my latte of the day. Super cute. Let's mix it up. All right, this is my oat milk with espresso, because I mean, look at the color, right? I'm a baby. I like to have it with a lot of milk and sugar. But cheers, everyone. I impressed myself. All right, so I hope you guys have been doing well. I've been doing pretty good. Actually, final note on the whole like meal prep thing. The crazy thing about being an adult, and your girl's 32, okay? So did you see that research where, or I don't know, anytime you see shit online, you kind of have to take it for a grain of salt. But did you guys see that thing circulating where it's like 32 is the age where you're actually reaching full-blown adulthood? So I'm a full-blown adult now. I'm 32 years of age. And you know what? Like, when you're young, I think back and I'm like, why was my mom always so keen on cleaning all the time? Now that I'm older, I'm like, I get it. There's always freaking something to do. She was not being annoying. It's just life. There is always something to freaking do and clean and cook. And the crazy thing is, it's for the rest of your life. So get used to doing the chores now. Isn't that like such a trip to think about? Like, you're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life. The kitchen is always gonna need cleaning. Laundry, always gonna need cleaning. You're gonna always have to feed yourself. I mean, unless you're rich. Unless you have like FU money and you can pay people to do all those things for you. But I don't got FU money, you know? You still gotta do chores money. Yesterday I had a dance class, and it was, oh yeah, it's the release of the new, which not too exciting for me, but excited for the people who are excited for this. So I am taking intermediate dance classes now. I know. So I was a beginner for about 2 years, and I finally built up the courage to take intermediate. So the reason is because I noticed that with my beginner courses, I started feeling very comfortable and very confident, which is a really good thing, don't get me wrong. But I feel like I started to hit a plateau, you know? So it just felt right that when the opportunity presented itself, I was like, I'm gonna fully commit. I'm gonna buy the package course for intermediate. I'm not even gonna see if it's like, if I'm up to that level. I'm just gonna commit and go. And that's what I did. And hey, I gotta stick it through because I already bought the courses. And I gotta say, it is challenging, but in a very fun and good way, because it means that there's so much more I can improve upon. And one day I'm going to become a dancer where I can look at myself and be like, God damn, I did that. Kind of like when you're watching people on YouTube and you're like, oh my God, they dance so well. I wish I could dance like that. Or people on TikTok, because the TikTok people, they dance well. So I'm really excited to see how much better I get. And I take videos, so I get to see my progress. And it's funny because when you're dancing up there in front of the mirror doing the choreo, oh my gosh, is that a shiny? If it is, congrats, because that looks so cute, like a starburst. I don't look at enough talk cells to be able to tell if they're shiny or not. But yeah, when I'm up there doing the dance in front of the mirror, I'm like, holy shit, I do not feel comfortable or confident, and I probably look really bad. And then I look back at the video and I'm like, actually, I look a lot better than I thought. And that's what my dance teacher told me too. Because sometimes I tell her like I did not feel confident doing that, and she's like, trust me, when you see the video, you're gonna be like, wow, I actually was a lot better than I thought. And 9 times out of 10, that is the case. And yeah, so I'm just having so much fun. That's been the thing that has bringing me so much joy lately, and it's on Mondays, so such a great way to just kickstart your week dancing. And yesterday I was so happy because after dance class, this girl came up to me and she was like, I love your hair, like I can't stop looking at you when you do the hair flips because it's just so shiny and it flows so well. Like you gotta give me the name of your hairdresser. And then like she wanted to touch my hair, so I let her, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's so soft. And I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so nice about that, because it's like, for another girl to notice my hair, like that's a lot, especially with the hair flip stuff. Because she was like, you never have your face in your hair when you do hair flips. And I'm just thinking like, girl, I do, like, but and then also I'm like, how crazy that I've gone such a way, because in the past I could not do hair flips and they would always get in my face. So to hear that feedback now, I'm like, holy cow, I did improve, especially in my hair flip, in an area that was something that I struggled with, which was getting the hair out of my face. So that was so nice. But it was like an extra layer of niceness just hearing her compliment my hair and telling her how she couldn't stop like looking at my hair. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And then I whipped out my phone and I was like, this is my hairdresser. Go to her, she's the best. I get my hair cut once a year minimum, maybe twice sometimes if I want to like trim the ends. But I'm trying to I'm in the process of trying to grow my hair out again. I want to grow it out so that it's when my arms are down, it's like elbow length, you know what I mean? But I don't know, we will see whether or not that suits me. Like, do you guys think this length is nice on me? I feel like this is a length that most people see me at, and I don't know, I feel like maybe this is a good length, but maybe a little longer would be nice. Remember before it was like up to here, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. So it has grown quite a bit, which I'm really happy about. Now the thing I gotta say is I do miss Singapore water, because I feel like my hair and my scalp was so much happier with the Singaporean waters. Canada though, I mean, with the weather being cold and everything, like everything just dries you out. Oh my gosh, Larvitar, which reminds me, Okay, Pocopia. Also, thank you so much for the viewer who corrected me on how to pronounce it, because I actually really was confused whether it's Pocopia or Pocopia, and I just went with Pocopia because, I don't know, it just flew out of my mouth a lot better. But thank you so much for letting me know that it's like Utopia, so Pocopia. So in Pocopia, oh, I probably pronounced that weird still. In Pocopia, I found a Larvitar yesterday, and you guys, Pocopia has been consuming so much of my free time. It's bad in a good way. Like, I'm having so much fun. It's such a great game, and I have unlocked the third island, the one that's like covered in volcanic ash. I've done the Bleak Beach one, and you know, the one that we're on in the beginning, but that's just so much fun. So the Bleak Beach one, that side quest objective was fun with like the electricity and everything. I had so much fun. What a hoot. And now I'm at that mountain place, and there's that like cart and stuff, and I saw that you can find Riolu there, so I'm really excited. I haven't found one yet. My first encounter Pokemon there was actually a Score Bunny. Really cute. But yeah, it's just so cute, and the more you play the better it gets. And I finally unlocked the mechanic where you can push boulders, but on top of that, because you unlock that mechanic, you can finally rotate stuff, so I don't have to put furniture down, realize I put it in the wrong orientation, and then pick it up just to put it down. I could just press A and rotate, and that's so good. I also learned how to cook, so my leafage is upgraded, and I noticed by mistake because I was holding down ZR against a pillar or a wall, and it made like ivy on the wall, and I'm like, that's so pretty, and free decoration because we love free. But yeah, it's been such a good game. I feel like the more I play it, the more I'm in love with it, and that has been so fun. Oh my god, a Shuckle. So there is that. I wanted to share with you guys my favorite hype song recently. So I have like a lot of different playlists for, you know, different vibes and moods of music I want to listen to. And lately I've been really back on my hip hop R&B kick. And one song that I stumbled upon again is Come Through by Drake. And that has been like my favorite hype up song whenever I just need something to like get me started, get my mood boosted. It's also a really fun song to rap. I love karaoke, but more so not because I like to sing. I prefer rapping, and a lot of the songs I like to rap are from like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, if you guys are familiar with any of those titles. So actually, let me tell you which songs that I really like. So I mentioned Drake, you know, really good songs to rap to. I love Shot For Me, Best I Ever Had. Their headlines is good too. It's just sometimes Drake's vocal register is a little bit too high or low for me sometimes, you know. Wally and Miguel, Lotus Flower Bomb, great song to rap to. Poetic Justice by Kendrick Lamar and Drake, I love rapping to that. But if I want to impress people, I rap Nobody's Favorite by Rick Ross and Gunplay. Another Rick Ross song I really like to rap to is Diced Pineapples, that is featuring Wally and Drake. But sometimes when I'm feeling low and I need to remind myself that I'm that bitch, I rap some songs in my house. Oh, another thing I want to talk to you guys about. This is specifically targeted towards people in their 30s, you know, because I'm in my 30s now. Did you just reach a point in your 30s where your body just feels like it's perpetually aching? I feel like every day I have something new that is causing me pain, which is weird because I live a very active and healthy lifestyle, right? So I'm just like, why am I all of a sudden feeling so sore, so achy? Like, did you guys experience this? I feel like it just randomly hit me like a truck one day once I turned 32. I was doing dance yesterday and I'm like, holy shit, these moves that I do a lot in beginners courses, now that I'm doing them in intermediate, maybe because it's a little faster and everything, but I'm still doing it. Like, my body's used to doing it, or so I thought. until I realized my freaking quad is so sore. Like I think I pulled a quad muscle. And I feel like it's just one thing after another. And it's like I'm just so sore and achy. When I stretch, I feel all the like cracks of the muscles more, which never happened before. You know, before in my mid-20s, it was like the cracking of the joints, you know, the knees and stuff. And now it's like the cracking of the muscles. And what am I supposed to do? You know, is there something I should be doing? Should I be stretching more? Is that the case? Because I neglect stretching, to be fair, you know. So I'm just like, when does it stop hurting? What do I do? Are there supplements I need to be taking? Like, do I need to be eating more bananas? Because I hear Olympians say that when you eat bananas, it helps with cramping. Because I've been getting Charlie horses in my legs a lot more too. So yeah, I just feel so stiff and so achy recently. But I get some sort of physical activity day in every day, you know? So yeah, any advice would be greatly appreciated, because I was just like, dang, one day I just woke up and it hit me like a truck. And like sometimes I sleep wrong, my neck hurts, and it hurts for a week. A week? Isn't that crazy? But yeah, that is basically what's been new with me and what I have been up to. If you guys have any like favorite karaoke songs or rap songs that you like to sing or rap to, let me know. I'm always on the hunt for something a little bit more challenging, or something to just, you know, because it helps with enunciation as well. The more like you get to rap and stuff, I feel like that helps a lot with pronouncing and enunciating your words, which is another great reason why I prefer that over singing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it every time you do. And join us in the Discord if you haven't yet. We have a very great community there. For any new players, I invite you to check out my beginner guide series for Pokemon Sleep. It's going to really explain to you things that you may not have known, or things you knew but need an extra explanation to. So I do like infographics and everything. It's super easy to follow. I think I did a pretty great job if I'm tooting my own horn, but check that out. Keep up to date with me on all my socials. I know I don't really post much on Instagram though. I'm just not like one to take a lot of pictures and then post, you know what I mean? And then when I do, I'm like, should I post this? I feel so vain. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm planning to stream on Thursday, because Wednesday and today I am a little busy, so I won't have the energy for that. So Thursday, mark your calendars. We are playing more Pokopia, and I can't wait to show you guys the Pokemon that I found and the sort of what my islands are looking like right now. It's a little bit of a work in progress, but I think I will have something interesting to show you come Thursday. So until then, you guys take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.